Hello and welcome to part 8 of my Let's Play series of videos for Dwarf Fortress. I'm Sippy Cup. Hope you're still learning. I know this is pretty sweet. Okay, so when we left off, this is pretty much where we were. I've got my dwarves up here. You can see a lot of these lazy bastards are now sleeping instead of doing something useful. That's fine. They like to sleep. My guy here is hauling a barrel down into my food stockpile. I've got remains of some kind of animal here. It's on the floor. Let's take a look and see what it is. I press K for look around and I can put my cursor over this. Rat remains. Cool. So there's dead rat carcass inside my fortress that one of my cats dragged in. It's just like real life. So now, also, if you recall from the last video, here's my subterranean farm which I've built and the start of walls to block this little pond off from the outside world. Reason being, again, if you don't recall from before, is that if I go up to the surface, right, here is this pond which I've drained to go underground. Now the problem is that this is now an alternate entrance into my fortress. It's like a main line straight into my fortress for, you know, crazy animals that want to hop down here and ruin my fun times. So what I did is in the last video I got my carpenter to come down here and build a wooden wall to prevent this from being an entry point into my fortress. There are some creatures which can destroy walls, but I won't worry about that for now. So I've shown you how to make a carpenter's workshop. If you recall, it's up here on this level. We built it right here. We made ourselves a nice little lumber stockpile here, and we made ourselves a nice little furniture stockpile up here. So what I want to do now is start making things out of stone. I mean, dwarves, after all, love to be surrounded by stone. They like to make things out of stone. They're made of stone, right? So we're going to go down a level, and I'm going to designate an area to be the next level down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tunnel out a little here at the end of this hallway, and I'm going to make an area for some downstairs. If I had wanted to, I could have made these stairs continue downwards. I didn't have the presence of mind to do that before, so whatever. I'll just kind of have multiple flights of stairs. That's fine. So I've channeled this out. Sorry, I haven't channeled it out. I've designated it to be mined out at the end of this hallway, so my miners will come here when they're done sleeping. And I'm going to build a downward stairway here. I'm going to make this one a little bigger. This is going to be like 3 by 3. This is going to be my, main vertical corridor into the depths of the underworld. So, right. Okay. So now let's dig out a little bit around here too. So there's some space around the stairs. Okay. So now if I press escape and I resume the game, my miners, when they're done lollygagging, will come and start digging this out. And I'll pause in a minute here, but I just wanted to show you one quick thing before I pause. So, okay, so here's something fun. Digging designation canceled due to damp stone. So this will happen when you try to dig somewhere where there's a water source nearby. Let's go up a level and see what the problem is. Okay, so here's the problem. There's actually water in this little pool right here, directly above where I'm trying to dig. So they're afraid that if they dig this out, that the water that's in this pool above where I'm digging is going to dump out into my fortress. That's fine. They'll just dig around the things that they're scared of. I'm just going to keep letting the game resume. They won't mess with it. Okay, so there's just this one square here, and if I move my cursor here to the square and I go up a level, I can see exactly which is the problem tile. Yeah, so there it is. So this tile right here, it just happens to be directly above some stuff that I asked to be dug out. And if I had dug it out, then the water would have spilled in. Anyway, so this is okay. I can work around that. So now I've got all these nice downstairs here. I'm going to go one layer down, and you can see, this is underground. Now, Before I show you how to make staircases that are just stairs down, and then on the level below that you had to build stairs up. Well, there's another kind of stairs that you can build that's preferable in a lot of ways, and those are up/down stairways. They're both. So the way that you build those is by going to the designations menu, D, and you're going to choose these up-down stairway, which is the I hotkey. Now when you place these, they look like X's, and they will continue to look like X's when they're dug out. I'm going to let the game resume. My miner is going to come dig this out. The way that these work is that they're basically like a sort of, you could think of it as like a spiral staircase. Rather than being just half of a staircase, it's not only a complete staircase that goes the whole way, occupies an entire Z level, but furthermore, it will let them travel horizontally on that level. So if I were to dig around this here, whoops, that's okay, I'll work around this. I'm just going to dig out this area around, and you'll see that when I get to digging this, that they can move off of these stairs onto this plane. So in most cases, once you've built down staircases, from the surface or from your cave or whatever that you wanted, you can just use the I hotkey to make up-down staircases. Well, let's see, let's designate this as an up-down staircase here. That one right there. So let me resume, they'll come dig this out. Now also, you can see here that I've got some stones left behind. I'm kind of curious what kind of stone this is specifically, so I'm going to press K to look around, and I'm going to bring my little cursor over these stones and see what they are. Obsidian, nice. So obsidian, as I was saying before, is a pretty rare stone normally. Most of the time you can only get it when you're really close to a volcano, or magma. So there's a pretty good chance that I have the good fortune to have embarked somewhere close to magma. Either that or this is just some kind of weird geological anomaly, but well, we'll see. If I suddenly drown my entire fortress in magma, well, it's fun. It's all a learning experience. So anyway, I'm going to continue digging down to see what other kinds of stuff I can encounter. So I'm going to make another up-down staircase just below the other up-down staircase above, and I'm going to let these guys start digging. Now, similar to the error message I got about there being damp stone, if you run into magma, or you're about to dig into magma, you'll get a message. It will say the stone is warm or something to that effect. Actually, I'm going to pause the game real quick. I just got a message that there's a rhesus macaque, which is a kind of monkey that is preventing me from storing things in my stockpile. When you get alerts like this, you can quickly you can press R to see the report of what's going on. So I'm gonna press R, and so here's a list of what's going on. So it looks like my expedition leader is fighting a monkey, and my war dog is fighting a monkey. Let's see what's going on here. I'm going to press enter to view the report. You can see this kind of combat log here. My stray war dog is apparently beating the shit out of this monkey. My war dog bit the monkey in the mouth, tearing the left cheek skin. Yes, pretty sweet. Okay, well, the important thing is you can press Z here to zoom to the location of this fighting. So let's see what's going on here. Alright, so what we got here is some monkeys that thought they'd be real cheeky and steal from my wagon. They thought they could get away with it, but sadly they didn't know that I brought some motherfucking war dogs that just tore them open. So here are their corpses. I've still got the... I'm going to press K to look around, and you can see that if I put my cursor over this, what you're looking at here is a corpse. It is a rhesus macaque corpse that is on a loamy sand and sitting in a pool of rhesus macaque blood. And actually, here's another live monkey. Hopefully my war dog goes and chases this bastard down. Nobody steals from my dwarves. Nobody! yeah, so there's all this blood here. It got completely dominated by my war dogs, which is pretty sweet. And yeah, here's another corpse. There's a lot of blood. This blood will pretty much stay here until someone cleans it up, which is probably never, because dwarves are pretty lazy. Alright, so anyway, let's get back to what we were doing. Let's go back down to what I was digging out. Okay, so I'm going to resume the game. There my dwarfs are, dutifully digging this out. Oh, I'm getting another one of these messages. Apparently, monkeys are still trying to steal my stuff. Let's go see what's going on now. Where is that monkey? Somewhere. Bastard monkeys. See, animals. This is part of the fun of Dwarf Fortress, is animals and goblins and whatever. They're always testing your patience. Part of the reason you want to embark with war dogs is that, you know, I have no military to speak of right now other than these war dogs. If I hadn't had the war dogs, these rhesus macaques, the monkeys, you know, conceivably could have run off with some important stuff. They could have, you know, carried away my anvil, and then where would I be without my anvil? Alright, so I'm going to go back down here. And I'm going to probably keep getting these error messages because the monkeys will continue to mess with me, but really all I'm trying to do here is dig out a little bit to get access to some stone. And also I'll probably end up building bedrooms and stuff down here eventually, but let me pause the video real quick while my guys dig this out. Okay, I made a real bonehead move here. So I don't know if you remember from before, but I mentioned that when my carpenter was building this wall, it's very possible that he would trap himself in this pond, and that is exactly what he's done. You can see he's blinking here with a down arrow. What that means is if I press V, V is a new key which I haven't introduced you to you yet, but V is view units. If I press V and then move my mouse near him, I can press W for wounds and see what's going on with him. It seems he's hungry. He's been stuck in this pit, and now he's hungry because he can't get food. He's trapped. So easy enough to get him out. If this happens to you, all you need to do is designate a, you know, let's see, what can I do? I need to make a ramp. So let's make an upward ramp right in this wall here. So I'm going to resume the game, and hopefully one of my miners will come rescue this poor man sooner or later. I'm going to pause it while I wait and see whether my miner wants to be nice or if he's still mad because this guy fucked his sister. Okay, so my miner has decided to be a cool guy and go ahead and dig this guy out. And right at the same time that the miner started going over to dig him out, I got more migrants. I must be doing amazing because these migrants just keep coming. Anyway, I'm going to resume the game, and I'm going to go back to my fortress, wherever the heck it is, over here. So, as you can see, here's the little ramp that my guy dug out, and my carpenter is no longer trapped down here, so that's fine. I don't care about this ramp being here, because even if something gets down in this pit, there's now a wall here preventing them from getting inside the fortress. Okay, so that was the main thing. Okay, so now if I go back down here to where I was digging, you can see that I've got all of this stone now left behind from digging that you didn't have when you were digging in clay, because there wasn't any stone in the clay. So in the next video, I'm going to wrap this one up, but in the next video I'm going to show you how to build a mason's workshop, or masonry workshop, and how to go ahead and start making stuff with all this sweet, sweet stone. Alright, so we'll see you next time.